Welcome back, friends. So Donald Trump has swept the presidential polls in the United States, and naturally, we found that there was some good reverberation of vibes, positive vibes across world financial markets. In India, you had the Nifty and the Bank Nifty climb quite steadily that day. It was very nice and steady rise. We had given in our groups also, predicted in advance, it would be nice and steady. And anybody with just little patience would have done exceptionally well. There was no rocket science. If you had just read my prediction, and it would have just gone through. Even if you had made a mistake, you would have done very well that day. But do remember that the economic consequences of Donald Trump as a president could be quite high. It may not initially be apparent because India is having very good relationships with the US of A. But the high protectionist tariffs, slower global growth, higher global inflation, all this, and also a stronger dollar that sucks money out of emerging markets, all this can, in the midst of a trade war battle, which can start anytime after Donald Trump takes charge, all this can start having a very, very deep impact on the Indian stock markets. India is a very strong and a resilient economy as well, but I'm sure with the good relationships between the two countries, they would also want to avoid retaliation against Trump tariffs as he is going to start, because he is determined to his goal of make America first, or rather make America great again. And America first, as has been the big slogan for Donald Trump. In India, we have Atmanirbhar Bharat of Narendra Modi. But the problem is that this time the United States has normally got checks and balances, which normally they do have a check on the president and how far he can go. But this time his Republican Party has secured a majority in the Senate and most likely also in the House of Representatives. So this will provide a very strong legroom and a legislative support for him. He has promised to sack thousands in the United States administration and replace them with a ready-made list of his own supporters. That's fine. I'm sure with his good intentions towards India, we can tolerate that. And the important thing is that he's talking of a flat tariff of 10% on all imports into the United States, 60% of the imports on imports from China, and 100% on the Chinese cars. But he has also threatened to raise these three rates to 20%, 100%, and 1000%. Retaliation by the European Union and his Asian allies may follow in some form. If this goes very big, then there could be a big trade war. Don't forget the fact that America is a resilient economy. Initially, it may be able to bear everything. But as time passes, things may start getting a little bit difficult. Their high tariffs will can profit the domestic producers. But you see, that's not what leads to efficiency in economics. You may be a good and a profitable domestic producer, but it is always the theory of competitiveness that the best product at the lowest price from across the world should be welcome. And United States may not see that. Okay, it may not be seeing the best product, but domestic products which are cheaper, people may want to go for that. So, and also if the global environment does begin to shrink, then there is a possibility of the world financial markets, including that of the United States, going into a tailspin very soon. When that can happen, we have it already, and we'll be giving it to our premium elite and other members of the very advanced groups. We'll be shortly sharing with them. So he also has plans to hit the immigration policy rather hard. You have the software professionals waiting for H-1B visas, they can increase the minimum salary required to get this visa to over $200,000. That's quite a bit. Make it more difficult to get this H-1B visa. Even if you have got one, you have a wife with you, both are in the United States, whereas you're working as a software professional, there could be a problem that if you have a child, it takes very long to get a green card, say 10 years. If you have a child in between, the child does not get automatic citizenship as used to be the case, because neither you nor your spouse is either a permanent resident nor a citizen of the United States at the point of time at which the child is born. So there's going to be a lot of issues and confusion that may prevail. And the software industry, though, should be very happy with a stronger dollar that can result from its policies, which can create a lot of inflation, all this tariffs and things like that. Even the lowering of the corporate tax in the United States can be very helpful initially, but it may widen the deficit. The long and short lesson that you can learn from this whole thing is that the the backbone argument on the basis of which Donald Trump has come to power is that people are a little tired with these wars. They're a little tired with the inflation, the rising inflation in the United States. And there may just turn out to be that what Donald Trump is trying to do may create some more inflation instead. Now, you have already seen the bond yields in the United States rise, and they can rise further if this continues. So there is going to be a rather topsy-turvy movement in the bond market, international bond market. The precious metals, they've already begun to fall a little bit this week, as I had warned you a couple of weeks back, that they are also nearing a stage where they can also correct. So nothing is cast in stone. People are talking as financial advisors that gold and silver just buy and keep it 5%. Should be compulsorily as a part of your portfolio is not true. There could be a difficult situation where these assets could also be hit. And I think if you wait for some more time, more is yet to come. Although the marriage season in India is also about to get started, but nevertheless, there is going to be a point of time where gold and silver and other these types of precious metals get hit hard as well. This coupled with the Maharashtra elections, which is looking rather grim scenario. There seems to be uncle versus nephew at a very, very big fight. 11,000 plus candidates standing for 288 seats in the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. Makes it a very, very tough fight. And should something not work, or the type of alliance that finally comes into shape may not be very satisfactory for the good working of the state of Maharashtra, which is a very, very crucial battleground state, I would say, for India. And naturally, all efforts are being put by all the political parties in India to try and win Maharashtra. Now, the results are going to be out November 23. Should that turn out to be less happy than what situation warrants, or people are expecting something but it turns out to be something different, animal comes out of it, that can also spook the markets. We have our own ideas ready, but definitely some factors, the Trump related issues are there. Writing is on the wall. Be careful at what points of time it will hit you and your stock portfolio and your mutual fund portfolio the most. We'll tell you, identify and tell you in advance. Do join our 1 week in advance premium value to get all this information. You can WhatsApp us on 982-086-1044. Do take our scientific advice. Don't leave it to just chance. It will be a week that is coming up where what you will see in the morning session will be different from what you will see a few hours thereafter. So we have it all cut and dry, ready for you. You just have to take and do some intelligent trading based on that. Happy investing. Look forward to hearing from you soon on 982-086-1044. Happy investing. Take care. Bye-bye.